I should have seen it coming. Looking back now, the signs were all there. But when you trust someone with your whole heart, you don't see red flags. You see reasons to believe them. Her name was Mara. We met at a coffee shop in Portland on a Tuesday morning in October. I was working remotely, headphones in, trying to finish a proposal for a client. She sat down at the table next to mine with this energy that just filled the room. Confident, but not loud. She had this vintage leather jacket and messy dark hair, and when she smiled at the barista, it felt genuine. I didn't think much of it until my laptop charger died and I muttered something under my breath. She turned to me and said, "I've got an extra one if you need it." That's how it started. We talked for 20 minutes that turned into 2 hours. She was a freelance photographer, recently moved to the city, didn't know many people yet. I told her I was a copywriter, also freelance, also kind of isolated in the work-from-home lifestyle. We exchanged numbers. She texted me that same night. "Thanks for making my day less lonely." I remember smiling at my phone like an idiot. The first few weeks were easy, light. We'd meet up for coffee, go to art galleries, walk around the city taking pictures of nothing in particular. She had this way of making everything feel like an adventure. A random bookstore became the most interesting place in the world when she was there. I told my best friend about her. He said, "Just be careful, man. You fall fast." He wasn't wrong. But Mara felt different. She wasn't just fun to be around, she understood me. She asked questions about my work, my family, the things I cared about, and she actually listened. By November, we were seeing each other almost every day. That's when she told me about her past. We were sitting in her apartment, a small studio in southeast Portland, barely furnished but full of her photography equipment. She opened a bottle of wine and got quiet for a while. Then she said, "I need to tell you something. I don't want to hide who I am from you." I leaned forward. "Okay." She took a breath. "I left my last city because of someone I trusted, a business partner. We were building a photography brand together, and he stole everything. The clients, the accounts, even my portfolio. He claimed it was all his work. I had nothing in writing to prove otherwise." Her voice cracked a little. "I lost everything. My savings, my reputation. I had to start over." I reached out and held her hand. "I'm so sorry. That's horrible." She wiped her eyes and smiled at me, this sad, vulnerable smile. "It's okay. I'm rebuilding, slowly. But it made me really careful about who I trust now." That moment changed something in me. I wanted to protect her, to prove that not everyone was like that guy, that I was different. I didn't realize she was testing me. In December, things got serious. She started staying over at my place more. We fell into this comfortable rhythm, working side by side during the day, cooking dinner together at night. She'd show me her photos, I'd read her my drafts. It felt like partnership. One night, she brought up money. "I hate asking this," she said, staring into her coffee mug. "But I'm in a bind. My camera broke and I have a huge shoot next week. I need to rent equipment, but I don't have the cash up front." She looked at me with those big, honest eyes. "Could you lend me $1,500? I'll pay you back as soon as the wedding client pays me." $1,500 was a lot, but I had just gotten paid for a big project, and I trusted her. "Of course," I said. "Don't worry about it." She hugged me so tight. "Thank you. You have no idea what this means to me." 2 weeks later, she paid me back, every cent. That's what made me trust her even more. January came, and with it, a shift. Mara started talking about bigger plans. She wanted to start her own studio, maybe bring on an assistant, book corporate clients. She had this vision, and it was infectious. I found myself getting excited about her dreams like they were my own. Then she asked me to invest. We were at dinner, a nice place downtown. She'd been talking about the studio idea for weeks, showing me mood boards, potential locations, pricing structures. If I can get $25,000 in startup capital, I can make this happen. We could be partners, she said. I stared at the spreadsheet. My savings account had about $30,000 in it. I don't know, I said. That's most of my savings. She said quickly, I'm not pressuring you. I just thought, we work so well together. But only if you feel good about it. I don't want money to mess up what we have. I told her I'd think about it. I spent 3 days researching. Mara had proven she was trustworthy. My friend warned, just get it in writing. Contract, equity agreement, everything legal. I transferred $25,000 to Mara on a Friday in late January. She cried when she saw the notification. I'm going to make you so proud, she said. This is going to change both of our lives. The contract, she said, would be drawn up by her lawyer friend. He's doing it as a favour, so it might take a week or two, but I'll get it to you. I said okay. A week passed, then 2. Every time I brought it up, she had a reason. The lawyer was busy. She was waiting on some paperwork. I started to feel a knot in my stomach, but I pushed it down. She'd been so trustworthy before. This was just a delay. In February, she signed a lease on a studio space. She sent me pictures, exposed brick, big windows, perfect lighting. I'm starting to book clients already, she texted. I felt relieved. But then she stopped responding as quickly. Texts that used to be answered in minutes now took hours. When we did hang out, she seemed distracted. Everything okay? I asked one night. Yeah, just a lot going on with the studio. Permits, insurance, equipment orders. It's a lot. I offered to help. She said she had it under control. March is when things fell apart. I was at home working when I got a message from an unknown number. Hey, I think we need to talk. This is about Mara. My heart dropped. The message was from a guy named Eric. I don't want to freak you out, but you should know she did the same thing to me. Borrowed money for a business idea, promised to pay me back, then disappeared. I never saw a cent. I stared at my phone, hands shaking. I called Mara immediately. No answer. I texted her. No response. I drove to the studio address she'd sent me. It was a co-working space, rented by the hour. I asked the guy at the front desk if anyone named Mara had a lease there. He checked his system and shook his head. No long-term leases under that name. The room started spinning. I went back to my car and called her again. And again. And again. Finally, she picked up. Hey, sorry, I've been swamped. Where are you? I said, my voice shaking. Silence. I went to the studio, I continued. There's no lease. There's no business. What the hell is going on, Mara? She sighed. I didn't want it to go this way, she said quietly. I needed the money. I'm sorry, I really am, but I needed it more than you did. You lied? About everything? Not everything, she said calmly. I do care about you, but I also needed to survive. And you had money. You were stable. I wasn't. You stole from me. I borrowed it, she corrected. And I'll pay you back someday. Maybe. When I can. We were supposed to be partners. We were never going to be partners, she interrupted. You were a mark. A good one, I'll give you that. You made it easy. I hung up. I tried to report it to the police, but without a contract there was nothing they could do. My savings were gone. Months of replaying every moment, looking for signs I missed. And they were there. Every smile, every vulnerable moment, it was all calculated. I talked to Eric. Mara had done this to at least 3 other people he knew of. Different cities, different stories, same ending. She was good at it. I couldn't believe how completely she'd played me. Relief, tears, smiles, it was all part of the plan. My trust, my money, my ability to believe in people, all gone. I haven't dated anyone since then. Not because I don't want to, but because I don't know how to trust anymore. Every time someone gets close, every time a conversation starts to feel real, my mind goes back to her, to the way she looked at me when she lied, to how natural it all felt. I had to move to a cheaper apartment. I took on extra freelance work just to stay afloat. Long nights, early mornings, staring at a screen, wondering how I let this happen. My best friend doesn't say, "I told you so." He doesn't have to. I can see it in his eyes every time we talk about it. The worry, the disappointment, maybe even a little sadness for the version of me that believed so easily. I didn't just lose money. I lost the part of myself that believed people were honest by default. And I don't know if I'll ever get that version of me back. I replay everything in my head more times than I can count. Every conversation, every smile, every moment that felt real. And the worst part, the signs were always there. The way she paid back the first $1,500 so perfectly. On time, no excuses. That wasn't kindness, that was strategy. The tears when I sent her the money, maybe they were real. But not because she loved me. Probably because she finally felt safe, because the plan worked. I talked to Eric again, the guy who warned me. Turns out I wasn't the first. She had done this before. Different cities, different people, same story, same ending. That's when it really hit me. I wasn't special. I wasn't unlucky. I was just another step in a pattern she had already perfected. I reported her everywhere I could. Fraud forums, online groups. I posted her photos, her fake business names, every detail I had. Maybe it helps someone, maybe it doesn't. Some nights I sit alone and wonder if any of it was real. If there was even a version of her that cared, even for a moment. Or if I was always just a name on a list. Another easy target who wanted to believe in something good. That thought hurts more than losing the money. Because money can be earned back. Trust is different. Once it's broken like that, it doesn't heal cleanly. It leaves cracks, doubts. Silence where hope used to be. That's when it really hit me. I wasn't special. I wasn't unlucky. I was just another step in a pattern she had already perfected. I trusted the wrong person. And it cost me everything. Not just the $25,000, but my confidence, my sense of safety, my belief that people are good until proven otherwise. I lost the version of myself that could fall in love without fear. The version that didn't question every motive. The version that believed connection was worth the risk. She took all of that. And I don't know where she is now. I don't know if she ever thinks about what she did. All I know is this: I'll never get it back.